going to call this meeting of the Town of Goshen Planning Board to order. Pledge of allegiance.
The United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first order of business is approval of minutes. Kelly, are we doing these or are we putting these on?
I figured there wasn't enough people here. So.
Okay.
We're going to put those to the next meeting.
Okay. So the next item on the agenda is possible extension or abandonment of applications pursuant to town code. We have none. So moving on to the next order of business is a public hearing. Javelin Realty Corp. Section block and lot 1114.1 and 7. It's an application for an amended major subdivision approval for 8 residential lots on 39.667 plus or minus acres along Butler Drive in the RU zone with AQ3 floodplain and ponding overlays. We are here tonight to consider the draft resolution that was provided to us.
Dave, do you want to give a brief summary?
Sure. So, can you see it if you need to look at this? I can move it closer, I guess.
If you want to look, you can move up to the front row.
Okay.
Or
Oh, he's going to. Okay, that's.
Is that better?
Yes, thank you.
So I'll try to explain the situation. So this is the, David Higgins from Lancatelli Engineering and Surveying. So this is the, an amendment to the recently filed Javelin Court subdivision. It's an 8-lot subdivision that was reviewed and approved by the Town Planning Board, received all of the required approvals, and it was filed in, I forgot the exact date, but I think it was August, just a few weeks ago. The developer went to the building department to obtain the first building permit for the lot. And you may have noticed if you live in the area there that they've started construction of the road. He made an application for the first building permit, and it became apparent during the review with the building inspector's office that the plan that was filed didn't identify the building setbacks for the lots other than TBD. It said TBD, which was to be determined by the planning board. So what happens in the town of Goshen is this was, when it was filed, an open space development. And in accordance with the town regulations, the open space development, the setback requirements, which is basically the positioning of the houses on the lot, is open to approval by the planning board. There's no set requirement. What happens is the applicant, proposes those to the planning board, and the planning board would in turn then approve them as part of the plan. So the map that was filed just said TBD, to be determined. So what we've done is shown on the map, setbacks for all of the lots. I believe it's 30-foot front yard, 25-foot side yards, and 50-foot rear yard setbacks. We showed numbers on there for the lot sizes as well. All the lots meet those requirements. This is basically just to clarify what the setbacks for those lots are, so that the applicant can obtain, seek and obtain hopefully building permits for the lots. That's the situation.
Summary.
Is that 7 or 8 homes?
It's 8 homes total.
8 homes.
We're going to open the public hearing, and then we're going to ask you for your name, and you're going to repeat that question, please.
My name is Stella Stanek.
Okay,
Got my address?
Hold on one second, I need to open the public hearing first, okay?
Oh.
Just a
Proceed.
just a procedural technicality. Can I have a motion to open the public hearing?
I'll make the motion.
Marty, second?
I'll say.
Jeremy? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, public hearing is now open.
So it was Stella what?
Stanek, S-A-N-O-K.
Can you just use the microphone, please?
Okay, and you asked how many lots?
That was your question.
How many houses?
It's how many houses, right?
How many houses? That's what you did. I did ask that question, and he said 8.
Excellent. The answer is 8.
Yes.
That was it. Does anybody else have any questions or comments on this?
I'm just curious about something else. There's only a few of us here. Did everyone in the past get a letter, or just certain few?
No, everyone that was, I forget the distance, 500 feet or something, but whatever the town code requires, there was a list that the town provided of all property owners, because the paddock has so many within proximity to the subject property.
Right.
You know, everyone would have gotten a letter, or it's sent by certified mail, I believe, so you may have just gotten a card.
Right.
We got letters.
Yeah, but everyone that was within that boundary of the town.
So mostly
code.
you're where the entrance to the development will be?
I'm sorry?
The people that are the closest to the entrance where the development will be?
Well, it would be basically, this is the entrance road here, here is the paddock. So the
Right.
property actually goes all the way down to here, so it would have been, you know, basically anything within, again, I can't remember if it's 300 feet or 500 feet.
It was 500.
500 feet, so it would have been anything back through here and anyone on the other side as well, but the majority of the owners would have been in the paddock.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Amy Nichols, on unit number 21. I'm just a little confused just by the language that you used, because I wasn't involved in anything prior to this. I just heard these buildings were being constructed. So when you say setbacks, is that in reference to where on the property, the parcel that the home is being erected? Is
That it can be, yes, yes.
Okay, okay, I just wanted to clarify that. Thank you.
Sure.
No, mine. My name is Joan.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Sorry. My name is Joan O'Malley. My house number is 49. The reason for us being here is to find out the setting of the upper area where you're building. Is that the idea? I'm confused by what's going on.
So what's happening is this subdivision into 8 lots was previously approved by the planning board. But
Right.
when they approved it, they did not include where the home on each lot could be located, where
Okay.
it couldn't be 25 feet. There had to be 25 feet between the house and each side yard, 30 feet to the front yard, and then 50 feet in the back, and that wasn't on there. So they're back here to show that on the plan, so that it's clear to both the builder and the building inspector when he does inspections, that the house is located where it's permitted to be. That's what we're here for.
And how does that impinge on us? How does that impinge on us?
I don't think, in my opinion, I don't think that it does, but you got notified because in order to approve this and to file this with the county clerk's office to show those extra dimensions on the plan, there had to be a public hearing, and under the town's code, you had to be notified. So that you're aware of what's
Okay.
happening nearby your unit.
That's what I thought I heard the first time, and I'm saying, why am I here? All right. So therefore, are you going to have another meeting to assess the value of the roadway as it goes up into the upper area?
No, the roadway is not
So it's
changing.
going to be exactly the size it is now?
It's gonna be exactly as it's shown on that plan.
Okay. Can I stray a little bit
About this?
in general?
Take a shot.
While we're
Yeah,
talking?
Let's
take a
see.
shot. I'm
Let's
not
see
sure
where
where we're
we go.
straying to.
All right, my stray is this way. As I looked at the property, as I walked on the trail, as I rode down the side road, I said, and where is the other exit?
Mhm.
Okay. Has any thought been given to that?
There was thought given when this was previously before the board. I can't even remember when it started.
2002.
2002. And it wasn't going to be a circle, kind of like the paddock. It wasn't gonna circle around because of the large wetlands that are on the site. So it ends in a T turnaround at the very end. That way, if the person who owns the property at the end of that wants to develop, it can be it can have a second exit. And what happens then is those outsides get given to the properties that are alongside it, and the road goes through. So it's planned for in the future, but there is no second exit.
But not at this time,
Correct.
because I'm thinking in terms of emergencies, safety, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And I think in today's world, we want to be ahead of the game and prepare for that. I know we can't go over the trail, I realize that. But I should think there would be another exit at the other end of the property.
Well, they don't own they only own up to a certain point, so they can't go onto, there's no connection back there unless the person that owns the property on the other side then develops it and puts in a road.
Okay, so at this point, there's no available property to buy
No,
that
no.
would do that, okay. All right, we'll have to live with what we have.
Well, hopefully there's no emergencies.
We never know.
I
Yes,
know,
we're
now
all-
There's a lot of
jinx it.
traffic and trucks coming through now.
Yes, and during construction.
Right, and they're only supposed to be
Yeah,
using the one
You can go.
road in,
Yes.
but they're coming around the whole.
Yeah, but they're not.
They are.
Yeah, they're
They're
not
just
going,
with the
they're
dump
not
trucks all the way
following directions.
tonight.
They were going down the other road?
Yes.
Right, I'll let the owner know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do.
If that
because-
becomes a problem, notify the building inspector.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna ruin our road, but.
Yeah, I'll let him know.
I do have another question. Is there any chance that in the future they may, that there's room for further development up in that area?
Not
Not on
on this parcel, but
The one
perhaps
next to it.
behind it. I don't know what they wanna do with their land, but not on this. So the properties, opposite the entrance,
Mhm.
there's nothing that's gonna be happening back there.
Okay. And what style of homes will they be? Is there a certain style? Are they all different?
I
Or
don't
all
know.
pretty much the same?
There'll probably be some differences between them. I don't remember offhand, Frank, what the owner had submitted as the first building plan.
It's a colonial type home, that's what's in front of me today,
Mhm.
for a permit application.
Which is what? Kind of the cute little front porch?
Yeah, front porch, 4-bedroom house,
Mm-hmm.
typical colonial.
And what's the price range going to be?
That I don't know.
Because we hear between 700,000 and 800,000 homes.
Yeah. I'm not sure on the price, but that sounds probably right with what's going on in the market.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Jennifer.
Version?
Thank you. Okay. My name is Michael Assad. So I don't live in the paddock. My question is the development that's coming up, is it gonna be not on the trail side, on the opposite side?
On the trail side, I'm not sure.
So the paddock has like 2 entrances, right?
Mhm.
And it goes, I'm not sure, like I've never been there. So is it like a U shape or?
Yes.
Yeah, Butler Drive is
Paddock
U-shaped.
is,
It is.
it's a U shape,
Okay.
yes.
Like this is, can you see this?
Like,
So this is Butler Drive here. Comes back out to South Street,
yeah.
right here. The road that they're building is just, comes through here, and then it has that T turnaround that Kelly was talking about.
So it's towards the end, pretty much.
So and they're supposed to be coming through here, all the construction traffic should be coming through here and not through the other end. I'll talk to you.
Can I come up here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6 of those houses are gonna back up to the Heritage Trail.
Yes,
6 of them will have their backyards
the
empty.
Heritage Trail is here.
Because I was confused, I live on the other side of it, so I wasn't sure if you guys are going, the development is going on that side or the opposite side.
Both ends of it.
So there's
Both of them.
homes basically along this side of the, in these areas, basically is the homes. They can't see, but basically it's fairly close to the road, the proposed road, right through here. So you're looking at 8 homes, 6 on this side, 2 on this side, and that's it.
Okay.
And there's a 50-foot conservation area along here, along the Heritage Trail, and then this is also protected open space that they can't develop with.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Just curious, the road that goes through and then it ends, how far back is that? Does that come up with that crossroad there, like Duck Road, I think it is?
No, this is private property on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, privately owned.
But isn't that for sale now?
It's been for sale for years, this for sale sign's been out
Yeah,
there.
that I don't know.
Yeah, for sale by owner.
Jim, did you say something?
Only just want to see.
So, that property there, I think you know, is owned by Boylan's, Jimmy Boylan
Yes, I
and his
think
wife.
that's the name.
And it was up for sale. It was also up for subdivision at one point. I just never went anywhere.
Okay.
So they go, and ultimately where this driveway was gonna go through was gonna be right through his vineyard.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so to give you some idea, if you know his property at all. That's been off for a long time.
But the sign is still up when I
Okay.
walk on the trail, for sale by
Yeah,
owner.
and I know at one point in time, somebody called up, they were gonna have doggy daycare or something there too.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I have a question. It's kind of a lady question. I mean, our paddock looks so nice, you know, everybody maintains their yard
Just
the way
wait
we
a while.
have. I'm curious about the entrance. Are they gonna make a nice entrance to that development?
I don't,
Or just the
if
road
you're
going in?
asking me, I don't have the answer. We could ask the developer, maybe to see if he's gonna do any landscaping there. Was, I don't know
That
if the
would be
planning
nice,
board called
couple
for that.
pillar.
I'm sure.
I don't, honestly, I don't recall, Neil, do you recall if we've had anything approved?
I don't recall any kind of entrance design.
I don't recall any entrance design, it was really just gonna be a road cut in.
Just a road going in?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's, I think, gonna clean up, he said there was some stuff there
It's a
dumped over
mess,
the years,
yeah,
he's
it's
gonna
a
be
mess,
cleaning
yeah.
that up
Oh,
as
it's
part of the
still
work he's
Butler
doing.
Will the addresses still be Butler Drive?
I'm not sure, that usually goes to the 911 center.
Okay.
To
All right.
figure out that and any numbers.
All right.
That way, you know, there's no confusion if they're responding to one and,
It's my understanding that the road name was approved as Javelin Court.
Javelin Court?
That's what I was told.
Okay.
So is trail buffer an existing term of art? That's what it's, like, on the point, it says trail buffer / open space.
Yes,
Like, is the intent for that to be governed by sort of traditional setback rules? Is that wooded buffer?
they just can't disturb
Okay.
that in the 50 feet. And there, I believe there's a note on the plan that says that somewhere.
Note 14.
Yeah, it should be on.
Yeah, except as shown on the plan, there shall be no improvements made within the areas designated as open space unless otherwise permitted by town regulations. The 50-foot buffer strip located over portions of lots 1 through 6 shall be left in their natural state and shall not be mowed. There shall be no connections or private access points made to the Heritage Trail.
I should have read more closely.
No, that's okay. It's, like, the plan's been around a long time, so.
and the easements and everything that are shown on there, they've been filed, so have no fear. That took months, but.
Just another explanation on setbacks. When you talk about the front yard setback, it's the setback from the property line, not the edge of the road. So actually, the setback from the road is generally more than the required setback. Because roughly, the property line is 10 feet off the road.
So how much property will each house sit on? You know, the whole?
They
third
look
of
to
an
be
acre,
about
third of an acre?
an acre.
An acre.
roughly.
An acre, okay.
Yes.
Right, but not all that's usable, or can have a house on it. They own an
That's kind of the
acre.
part where the house is sitting?
Yeah,
Right.
it's on the property.
Okay.
I'm done.
Any other questions? Comments?
Does anybody else from the public wish to speak? Okay. Should we close the public hearing? Okay, can I have a motion to close the public hearing?
I'll make the motion.
Second by Neil, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, public hearing is closed. Next is the amended,
So I prepared for you a draft amended resolution of approval. As we discussed, as we previously approved, and it's here to consider the setbacks, so I'll just go over what those amendments are. It's in the application summary, it notes that the applicant received conditional final, man, I really feel it. They received conditional final major subdivision approval in March 1st of 2018. And this amendment seeks to clarify the required minimum yard setbacks for this open space subdivision in accordance with Town Code Section 9720. I identified the plans, so that's redlined. I do want to note that there is an error on the transmittal letter, just so that it's clear for the record. Sean is conflicted out of this application, and I think it was a cut and paste, which I have noticed, so I'm guilty of it. The transmittal letter said that there was a staff meeting, was present, he was not. So just so that that's clear. So identification of plans, I added in the procedural history, so I would just need a motion for the board to reaffirm its negative declaration.
Can I have a motion to reaffirm our negative declaration originally on this project?
So,
You got that, Grace? All in favor? Aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay.
Okay, so next, the Orange County Planning Department.
You okay? That's okay, thank you for coming out. Have a good night.
Good night, thank you.
Good night.
The Orange County Planning Department did come back and they said it was a local determination, so I'll insert the date on that section. And I did amended, put in amended. And so, for your specific conditions, all applicable conditions attached to the prior resolution of approvals from 2008 to the present for Javelin Realty and any subsequent amendments thereto are incorporated hereby into this resolution and are to remain in full force and effect, and this approval is subject to and conditioned upon satisfaction of those conditions as if they were set forth at length herein. And number 2 is a little different than you normally see. It says, prior to the signing of the plat, the applicant shall submit the plans to the planning board attorney for a review of the plans. The plans shall not be signed until receipt of a letter from the planning board attorney indicating that the plans submitted for signature are in proper order and in compliance with this resolution. So, as you know, the typical procedure is Sean, as the engineer, would review for all of the engineering comments, write a letter, I review for the legal, write a letter, Grace gets them ready, and then they're able to be signed. As we said here, Sean is conflicted out. However, I am very capable of just checking these setbacks so that when they come in, Dave will submit them to me and I will write a letter and then send that off to Grace and then she coordinates the signatures.
I was trying to see numbers on that site plan. And I can't, maybe it's just my eyesight, I admit that. But on each of the lots, I'd like to see the setback numbers, like, for the side yard setback, 25 feet, 25 feet. Are they there? It's on a chart, but it's not on each site.
So you're saying, I'll hold this up.
Yeah.
So we graphically show, all the lines here, but I think what you're saying is you'd like to see
Yep,
something that says
25, 25, yeah, just,
25 feet?
Yep.
Like all of these?
and then front and back. And
That's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it'd just be easier.
I'll just note that in my head so I don't have to change.
Change the resolution?
And I'll make a note here to,
Good.
when I send you the plans, I'll have those.
I appreciate it.
Yep.
And those were the only changes that I had. I don't know if anybody had any questions.
Board, anybody?
No questions.
Comments, questions? In that case, we can accept a motion to approve or
Yep, approve the
resolution, the draft amended resolution as presented by Kelly this evening.
I'll make the motion.
Marty, second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No. Do we need a motion to accept the amended site plan sheet or not?
No. So then, that is all for this application. So Dave, I'll just wait for those to come in from you.
Okay.
I do get to do the fun part of going over next meeting's agenda. Yay!
Can I say real quick,
Yes.
Kelly, just I want to thank the board for having the meeting tonight, because I know, it's, I didn't realize at the time it's a holiday, Jewish holiday anyway. I know this is the only item that was officially on the agenda, so on behalf of myself and also Mr. Frank Nutt, we appreciate you guys taking the time tonight to have a meeting. So,
Sure.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right?
The mailings?
I have,
Yeah.
Okay, good.
they're emailed to me as well.
Gotcha.
All right, so with that, I'm gonna go home and watch Mets game.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Everybody have a good night. Thanks.
Take care.
So tentatively, this is what the proposed agenda is. This will be subject to receipt of escrow and things like that, just to confirm with Grace. There's a public hearing on Lunar Realty, which is also a Great Dane. And then Light Star, and then Bachman submitted for an amended site plan for the garage carriage house. That's it.
That's it?
So far. I don't want to jinx it.
That's the same that Sean presented in his email that he sent out?
I
Yeah.
believe so, yeah.
Did we get that? We wait a second on that.
Sure.
For the public hearing, right?
We were, they submitted something today.
Yeah,
It's good.
So not interrupted.
I mean, I haven't looked at it. I assume that it is fantastic. I don't know. They submitted something today, so if it turns out not to be what the board was looking for, then we just won't have them listed. But I think John Capello was pretty on top of them for what they needed to say, so. And we'll take a look and just confirm, because I think there was one more that we were considering to put on there. And if their escrow and everything came in, then we would put on that.
Who's that?
Northern Bear. But I'm not sure where that stands, so.
That's a new,
It's the old one, it's the pet supply across
oh,
from-
yes, across from
The
Inventor.
Mulgrave,
Yeah.
yeah, with the really, really, really steep bank.
Yeah.
That's how I remember it, because I went out with Neil.
Yeah,
So, or actually, I drove out, Neil wasn't.
There's a location now.
So,
So our property.
that's it. That's all I got.
Did we receive that?
Here's the
I don't know that you guys have it.
I didn't send it out to them because I was
Okay.
waiting to hear
Yeah,
from you.
we are, well, I'm not sure if it's gonna be on there, we'll decide.
I don't like to send it out too much ahead of time so that,
It could be like my invite for things and then doesn't go to people because I sent it out early for once and then nobody can find it.
yeah, so I have it flagged. As soon as they tell me it's on the agenda, I will send it to you guys.
That's it.
However, she's off next week, so that cuts your time.
Done. We'll make that decision pronto.
I can still send it from my phone. And I will have my computer.
No, if you do that from down there,
Anytime she was away, I'm like, why are you sending me a message? You're like on the beach. But,
You go to the beach?
oh, I don't know, she's
Oh, I
going.
wanna come.
I think we need a motion to adjourn. I think
In that case, the last and final item on the agenda, can I have a, are we ready to close the meeting?
Yeah.
Can I have a motion to close the meeting? Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Awesome. Great
Meeting
job.
is